Hey, what's up, guys? It is day 18 of 84, which makes it November 4th of 2011, I believe is the current year. I actually haven't got anything done with the game, which to me is kind of, in a way, depressing and not necessarily a letdown, you could say, but kind of just like, oh, wow, why haven't I done anything? But I have been fairly busy, and I did do some other things, like I've been working on some music and stuff. And I think I'm fine with that, and I don't know how. It's really hard for me to gauge how long the game is going to take me to complete, and if I'll be able to do it by the new year, and like what the actual timeline is going to look like. I can't really tell how many like breaks I can take, I guess you could say. I'm going to try to stop saying I guess you could say, because whenever I go back and edit these, I realize I say I guess you could say quite a bit. Yeah, so I'm kind of trying to go easy on myself, I guess you could say. I just did it again. I'm trying to go easy on myself and not be too stressed out, because I got a lot of school crap going on too, and I got two more standardized tests tomorrow, but they're not like normal SATs or ACTs. They're the SAT subject tests, which is just like the SAT, but it's only on the two subjects I'm taking, which are going to be math and physics, and it's not even calculus-based math and I think it's fairly easy physics. So, I mean, not too worried about that. Also, if you couldn't tell, I got some new lighting in here. All I really did was put a lamp up. But, yeah, so the game, hopefully we're going to have some progress. I always have like a big burst of interest and a big burst of productivity when I start a project, and then it's kind of like going through the whole process of implementing it and finishing it out is where I really start to slow down on what I'm doing, you know. I love sparkling water, but it makes me burpy. Working a little more on the game right now because it is Friday. I have the weekend, and I did want to say I apologize for not. If anyone out there is actually like following along with these, I apologize for skipping 2 days this week of vlogs. But yeah, I've just been kind of busy. I've been working on some other stuff just with school, and I had some big tests and some big papers, and I actually fell asleep at 7:30 last night. It was kind of funny because it was actually in between. Must have been before that, because I fell asleep in the middle of Big Bang Theory, which comes on at 7. So yeah, it was kind of weird. And then I fell asleep. So I fell asleep at like 7:15, and then I woke up at 10:30, and all the lights were off, and my parents were asleep. And I was all confused. You know, when you wake up and you're all out of it. Wish me luck on those tests tomorrow. I mean, I'm not super stressing about them. I have been studying a little bit, and just kind of go over some of the material, because I took physics last year. And you're supposed to take those tests right when you get out of physics, which would have been at the end of last year. But since it's this year, hopefully I can remember what it's all about. And physics kind of sticks with you, because once you take physics, you start seeing it in real life, and you, as nerdy as this may sound, you'll start doing little calculations in your head. And but I think that's an amazing way to learn, and you'll remember stuff forever if you do that. Yeah, so that's about it. I was also got back into the second book of the Hunger Games, and those are pretty good books. They're this is one of my biggest pet peeves, and I just hate this so much, is when you leave a book and then you come back a couple months later and you have to get acclimated to the storyline and stuff. And it was terrible, especially because I was reading it on my iPad, which is using the Kindle app, and my mom had purchased a book on her Kindle, and I share the account with her. Even though she buys everything, you can hardly say I share it with her, but more like I'm leeching off her account. But because I didn't, since when you're reading a book, you can kind of feel like, oh, I have this many pages in this hand and this many in this hand, and you can kind of open up to the general area of where you were, just looking at it physically, disregarding the plot at all. But because I was reading it on my iPad, I could come back, and I was having such a hard time figuring out where I was, so I had to go look up chapter summaries, and then all the chapter summaries were wanting me to pay like $15, and it was ridiculous. But I eventually found a free one, and I found I could kind of go by chapter summaries where I had left off and what parts I had remembered and what parts I hadn't. So anyways, that's kind of took way longer than I'd wanted, but that's about it. Trying to keep these short. Just little bullet points of my day, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, and the question of today, this is kind of a weird question, but this is just me more so wanting to know, what are friends on YouTube? Because I get random friend requests from just weird people, and I don't know if I'm supposed to accept them or, I mean, what the heck is a friend? I mean, why not just be mutual subscribers and then you'd see what everybody posts? Yeah, so tell me what a friend is if anybody actually knows. Or maybe they're just mysterious added level of YouTube community ship that is there for no reason. I don't know. Let me know if you know. Thanks. All right, bye.